I, JVN Tanushi Sahani from Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University from Faculty of Law and Governance. I'm here to teach you a topic named the difference between bailment and pledge. This topic is dealt under the subject named special contract. This is further applicable on BA BBLLB, and BCom LLB second semester. So, moving further, we'll deal with the difference between both of them. Listen, one thing, what actually a thing is, what actually a transfer is. Transfer is from giving my thing to you, right? Like bailment is I am giving my thing, I my goods to you for any purpose, right? So, divide the definition into various criteria. First, we'll deal with the definition of bailment and the pledge. So, moving further with pledge. Pledge is defined under Indian Contract Act 1872 as a bailment of goods. I repeat, a bailment of goods for a specific purpose. It is classified that the goods are being transferred further, but for a specific purpose. There are two purposes mentioned in it. First is a security of a loan, and second purpose is a promise, a performance of a promise. Now we will deal it with the help of examples. Suppose Mr. B. um, there are two persons, Mr. Ram and Mr. Sham. Mr. Ram needs an amount of house loan. Mr. Ram wants to build a house for which he uh, grants loan. He wants loan for it to for building a house. He is having shortage of money. He contacted his friend. He's contacted his friend Mr. Mr. Sham, that hello Sham, I know you are a good friend to me. I want some amount from you, and for building my house. Done. Now what happened? Sham was like, okay, I am comfortable in it, but definitely I need some security. If in case, like, we are good friends, but in case you fails to do so, then what will happen? Why will I suffer any loss? So what happened? Ram said, okay Sham, I totally agree. I am giving my car, car papers to you. Done. I am giving my car to you. Now what happened? He said, okay, from your car is of rupees like approx 7 to 8 lakhs. You are taking loan of 10 lakhs. It's okay. I'll consider it. Now what happened? Ram pledged his goods. Minded, the goods must be movable one. We all know that car is a movable property, right? We can move. It is a tangible and a movable property. We can touch the car, and same way we can also, what we can do, we can move the car from one place to another. And the definition was that a contract of pledge is defined as in which a loan is being taken on a movable property. Clear? So coming back to the definition, the bailment of goods is being made, right? What a bailment of goods is being made, the transfer of goods has been made. It is the good. Ram transfers his car to Sham, right? Bailment of goods made. Now there were two purposes. First is for a specific purpose. What was the specific purpose? Uh, Ram wants a house loan, so he pledged his goods with Sham. Now what happened? Specific purpose and a security of a debt. A debt like his car is being kept with Sham now, that in case Ram fails to discharge his duties, in case Ram do not have the sufficient amount to move further, to give his amount to Sham, in that case what basically happens? In that case, Sham will take the car with him and can use further. Right? First definition is clear. Bailment of goods is made for security of loan and for performance of a promise. Clear? Coming to bailment, what a bailment is? Bailment is means a bailment of a good is made for a specific purpose, but except those two purposes we discussed in pledge. That is, we are transferring our goods. for a specific purpose. But mind it, we already discussed 2 points in pledge, that first is security of a debt and a performance of a promise. Except these two, any other purpose is being considered under the bailment. Like for example, what happened? I look, pledge, what happened? I gave my goods to you, ठीक है, and I derived loan. But in bailment, I am not deriving loan from you. I am just giving it either for your use or for repairing it. Let's take an example. I am giving you car for repairing it, right? Till then, what happened? The possession is with you, but the ownership is still with me. In pledge, I was giving you the car, but in return, I took a loan from you that in case I fail to give you the money, you can take my car and use it. Check bailment, what happened? I gave you my car for service. I gave you my mobile. My mobile was destroyed. I gave it to you for service. Or let's, for example, I gave my I am having a laptop, right? You took my laptop and installed Windows, new Windows in it. So this is bailment. This is not pledge. You are not benefited with it. I am benefited with it, right? You are having the ownership, the possession for a limited time period, not for the whole time. But in case the car, like in pledge, in case I was unable to pay the loan, Mr. Ram was unable to pay back the loan, Shyam has the right to possess his car and deal with it. Now what happened? There are two parties in pledge, pawnee and pledger. There are two parties again in bailment, bailer and bailee. Who is a pawner? A pawner is a person who transfer his goods, who pledge his goods. Means here Ram was a pawner, and here Shyam is a pledgee because Shyam is giving the loan to Ram, and in return he is receiving the interest. Done. Bailer and bailee. Like I am. This is like I am having a phone. I am having a mobile phone. It is not working. I am giving my mobile phone to you, to your shopkeeper. Now what happened? What happened basically? I am giving my product. I am basically the owner of my mobile and giving it to you and transferring the possession of that mobile from me to you for repairing it. So here the person who is the owner is the bailer, and the person who repairs it or the person who is having the possession for a limited time period is termed as a bailee. Clear? Now after bailee, what happened? After that you will either use it, repair it and return it back to me, or do the further thing you want to do it. Now what happened? The pawner is having no right to sell. Pawner has no right to sell the good pledged. But in case Ram and Shyam, what happened? Pawnee is Shyam, pawner is Ram. Pawnee, that is Shyam, is having no right to sell the goods. But in case he fails to do so, in case Ram fails to do so, and Shyam enters into a particular agreement, a particular contract with someone. Suppose Shyam gave him loan of 10 lakhs rupees. Now what happened? It has been 1 year approx, 2 years approx. Ram is unable to pay back the loan. Now Shyam is also in need of money. Shyam can easily sell the car of a Ram to someone and grant money from him. This will be considered as a valid contract. This will not be considered as a invalid contract. Done. Now what happened? In case of bailee, right to sale is not given to bailee. The a person can only retain it but cannot sell it. Let's take an example: car service or bike service or scooty service. My scooty has been damaged or like it's not working properly. I gave it to you for repairing it. What happens? You came to me. So what happens basically? I gave you the scooty or something for repairing it. You can retain it, or suppose you can take a test drive on it that it is working properly or not. But you cannot sell it. Like suppose if I am unable to pay the amount to you also, still you cannot sell the amount, sell the goods to anyone, because you do not have any right. The bailee is not being given any right to sell the goods. The bailee can only retain the goods, but bailee do not have any right to sell it. Coming back, that Pawnee can use the goods or not, and bailee can use the goods or not. Now what happened? Let's take an example. I kept my jewelry in bank. Even the CEO of the bank do not have any authority to use it. No, they do not have any authority to use it. They can only grant loan, but they cannot use it because money cannot use the goods without any information. No, they cannot use it. They do not have any authority to use it. Same way, if we come to bailee, bailee can use the goods if like if any permission is being granted from my side to you. Let's take an example. My laptop was with you. ठीक है. I said that you are my friend and you are also a technician. You can definitely repair it. What happens? Yes, you took it, you repaired it. Now you are saying that Tanushi, I need some work to do. Can I do it? Then from my permission, that yes, I'll say okay. You have the right to do it. I am permitting you to use my laptop because you are my friend. I know you. I'm giving you the permission to use it. So here, from my permission, definitely you are having the right to use the goods. Clear? Let's take any other example. It was my books. I gave you my book to read. Think. Now what happened? You are saying I want to read it. I read it, but now can I take it from for next 10 days more because I want more to read? This from my thing, from my permission. You can definitely use the book and read it. Next example can be like car or scooty. You repaired my scooty and now you are like, I am in need of using it, can I use it? So yes, you can definitely use it, but only mind one thing: the possession can be transferred but not the ownership in case of bailment, because I am only permitting you to retain it. I am never permitting it to use it. Clear? I think this must be clear to you. Full concept of bailee, bailer, pledge, pledgee. I'll repeat it once more. Pledge. There are two basic purpose. Number one, security for a loan, and second is performance of a promise. Bailment. What's happened? There are two conditions. There, the bailment, like goods are being transferred for a specific purpose, but except these two conditions. The two conditions are specific for a promise for a, I repeat, performance for a promise or secure